Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy, to prefer now. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome into episode 23 of the Top of the Morning show. I'm your host, Juangotti, and I'm on time today. It's 9:01, and I'm here. Feeling good. Got stuff to talk about. A lot of things that we could potentially talk about. You guys could potentially take over the show by commenting and leaving your thoughts in the comment section. But we have a lot to talk about today. From the NFL draft, more specifically, we'll be diving into divisions this week, or this episode, I should say, is specifically the NFC East. We'll take a look at each NFC East team draft, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion on it. And you guys know that's the division that my favorite team partakes in, so they're my rivals. And even though they're my rivals, I'm going to keep it real. If I like their draft, I'm going to say it. If I don't really find their draft appealing, I'm going to keep it real. We also have some very unfortunate news to cover. Just a sad situation. Oh yeah, we'll touch that. Got NBA playoffs. My Lakers won last night, game 1. So that's pretty good. And obviously, like I said, if we get enough people in here today, you guys can comment and take over the show. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into opening statements. So, today is May 3rd, and it is 9:04 in the morning right now. I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know what it feels like outside, but according to the forecast, it's like 50 degrees. 50 degrees outside, cloudy. So a little chilly outside, but it's cool, right? It's cool. Now, this is something that I don't really want to talk about because I don't really like getting into this kind of stuff. However, it's still football related, so I have to give my opinion on it. So, yesterday, former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs was found guilty of a fatal DUI case. The article says this on ESPN. Former Las Vegas Raiders receiver Henry Ruggs unconditionally waived his rights to the preliminary hearing Tuesday and will plead guilty to 1 count of DUI resulting in a death and 1 count of misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter in the 2021 case in which he's accused of killing a woman in a car crash. According to the plea agreement, According to the plea agreement presented Tuesday in Las Vegas Justice Court, Ruggs will serve 3 to 10 years in a Nevada state prison. The case can now move to the 8th Judicial District Court for a hearing on May 10th, when he is expected to formally plead guilty. Ruggs attended the hearing on Tuesday, and when he asked whether he understood the processing, the proceedings, he replied, "Yes, Your Honor." Charges dropped as a part of the plea deal were on 1 count of DUI, causing a substantial harm regarding his passenger, and 2 counts of reckless driving. Quotes this. This is the first step towards a fair resolution to the matter, and as we look forward to closure for all parties, involving David Z. Chesnoff and Richard A. Schoenfield, attorneys for Ruggs, said in a statement released after Tuesday's proceedings. Eric Ballman, Chief Deputy District Attorney, declined to comment until next week's plea hearing. Police says Ruggs, who was 24, was drinking and reached the speed limit of 156 miles in Las Vegas Valley. Went off the strip in the early mornings hours of November 2nd, 2021, when his Corvette Stingray hit Tina Tintzer, hopefully I pronounced your name right, Tinter's Toyota RAV4, propelling it 571 feet and setting it on fire. Tinter, 23, and her dog Max burned to death, and a coroner ruled in December 2021. According to authorities, Ruggs refused to take a field sobriety test, and a blood drawn about 2 hours after the crash revealed his blood alcohol level was 0.161, more than twice the legal limit in Nevada. His girlfriend, Kiera Kilgo, Washington, was in the car and was also injured. He was released on a $150,000 bond one day after the crash, and for the past year and a half has been on house arrest with alcohol and location electronic monitoring devices. The Raiders quickly released Ruggs and a first-round pick out of Alabama in 2020 after the crash. Last year, Ruggs was granted permission to leave the home confinement twice a week to work out 3 hours a day at a training center in Las Vegas Valley. Around the same time, the court allowed him to go to California for a month for unspecific medical treatment. The primarily hearing was rescheduled 6 times. The latest date delayed coming in March, over which justice and the peace should handle the hearing. If convicted, Ruggs has faced a minimum of 2 years up to 50 years in prison. So that's the article basically, and I know y'all pretty much already knew about that, but I just wanted to give you, instead of just coming on here saying the headline and then give you my opinion, I wanted to break it down for you if you guys been out of the loop, because I mean this thing happened almost a year and almost almost 2 years ago. So wanted to catch you guys back up on that, and now here's my 2 cents. These professional athletes, man, they have the whole world in their hand. They have the whole world in their hand, man, and they just throw it away just like that. Like, one mistake can ruin it all. One mistake can ruin it all. What you worked for all your life, you're just gonna throw away like that for a senseless act. It just doesn't make sense, man. You gotta think. You gotta think. There's no way, and I don't want to put this on her, but unless she was super drunk too, there's no way, because I didn't even know his girlfriend was in the car with him. I thought it was just Henry Ruggs, He was drunk and he was just driving. But there's no way that his girlfriend, if she wasn't super drunk like him, should have allowed him to drive. She should have told him no. And who knows, maybe she did, but I'm pretty sure the court case, the article probably would have mentioned that. But who knows, maybe she did say that. But if she didn't, come on, you gotta think, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with calling a Lyft, calling an Uber, finding other ways to get home. If you know you're gonna go out and drink like that, first of all, you shouldn't drink like that. But if you know that's what you plan on doing that night, man, have a designated driver. You're Henry Ruggs, bro. You're rich. You're a first round draft pick. You got money. You could have had somebody to chauffeur you around, bro. Could have left your car where it was. You know what I'm saying? Got it the next day. Or you could have had somebody drove it home to follow you home, man. You got to think, bro. You got to think. And it's very unfortunate for the lady's family, man, and her dog, because she didn't do nothing. She didn't deserve it. It's always the people that don't deserve it that end up getting the worst of situations. And that's with everything in life, but especially with death, bro. When you're not at fault and you're just minding your business, for whatever reason, you're the one that always suffers the most consequences. And the poor dog, man. They didn't do anything. But now you gotta face your consequences, bro. Now you gotta face your you gotta face your actions. Because now you're doing a minimum of 3 years. And that's if the judge is nice. And I think they'll let him off light because he's Henry Ruggs. You know? I think they'll be letting. I think they'll probably give him like 4 years, maybe 5. But ain't no amount of jail time going to be able to bring back their daughter. So it doesn't matter how much time Henry Ruggs serves in the Nevada prison. And you ain't gonna get that family closure. And that's what sucks. That's what sucks, because they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that at all. I mean, she was 23 years old. Super young. Had everything in her life ahead of her. And so did Henry Ruggs, bro. That's why I just wish sometimes these professional athletes think, man. Because they have everything that they work for. They have everything that somebody else is working so hard for, that if they was in that position, they would not fumble it up like that. Man, just a very unfortunate situation, man. But again, he did it. So now he has to face his consequences in the state prison. So let me know what y'all think about that. That's really just my opinion on it, to be honest with you. I just feel bad for the family. You know, I feel bad for the families of both, but more specifically the lady that lost her life and the dog. I feel more bad for them because clearly they lost their life and like they didn't do anything. They didn't deserve to pass away. But I also feel bad for Henry Ruggs' family because, I mean, one, they didn't do anything. And two, they had their son that got to go to jail, you know, when they just 2 years ago, he was living a dream. And I bet they enjoyed every moment of it, watching him play football, man. But, again, like I said, people do things. Consequence happens. And now he has to sit down and think for the next 3 years, potentially. Could be more. But that's all I have to say. Please leave your thoughts down below. If you're listening live, please comment down below your thoughts on this situation. If you're listening on the playback, leave it down below in the comment section. What do you think about the Henry Ruggs situation? Listening on the podcast platform, don't be afraid to hit me up on social media at juangottibusiness, or you can hit me up in my email and tell me your opinion. But now, let's transition to football. As again, the NFL draft is the most recent, event. So that's still what we're gonna cover. But the other day we did winners from the whole league on Monday. So go ahead and check that out. Check that out if you haven't already. We did winners. Now we're doing NFC East winners and losers. So we're going to take a look at the Washington Commanders, the New York Giants, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Who won, who lost. And again, you cannot truly tell who won or lost these drafts until they play and until they play like multiple seasons. So we truly can't tell who won and who lost NFL drafts. If it's this NFL draft until like 2 to 3 years from now. But I'm still not gonna stop me from getting my initial opinion on what I think. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off with the defending NFC champions, Philadelphia Eagles. Man, a lot of people was giving me some hate in the comment section of my other last top of the morning episode. Stop defending the Eagles. Stop drooling over the Eagles. The Eagles are not that good. They're Keely. What did he say? He said N'Kobe Dean didn't even play that much. Jordan Davis was like hurt or something like that. And he's like, stop hyping the Eagles up. Man, listen, bro. Listen. I love my team. Ain't nobody gonna be above my team. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Giants. But one thing about me, I'm going to keep it real. And that's why people like me. Because I'm not afraid to speak the truth. Whether or not I'm speaking highly of my team or not. I'm going to be real. And yes, the Eagles players that they drafted are potential stars, bro. Potential stars. They draft good, bro. Howie Roseman wills and deals every single year, bro. What do you want me to say? I gotta be real. Like, okay, these players' careers may ultimately not turn out to be, super great, but I'm talking specifically for draft nights. Value that you get, potential star power that you get. The Eagles do it great every year, bro. So for the people that's in my comments that's mad that I'm talking highly of the Eagles and their draft, it's just real sports talk, bro. It's real sports talk. If you can't acknowledge that the Eagles do a good job with the draft every year, whether you're a Washington Commanders fan, Dallas Cowboys, or New York Giants fan, then you're just not a realist, bro. And I get it. Some people aren't. Some people are just high off their team and high off their team only. I get it. But it's the truth of the matter, bro, as Ron Rivera would say. So look at the Eagles draft. I know we talked about it Monday because I had them as one of my winners of the draft. But with the 9th overall pick, they had selected Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia, to pair up with Jordan Davis. And that was a good pick for them. I thought Jordan Davis would have went to Atlanta though. I mean, Jalen Carter would have went to Atlanta, the one pick prior, but they took Bijan Robinson, which was a surprise to me. Bijan Robinson is great. He'll be good, but 8, I feel like that's way too high. I definitely do. But Jalen Carter falling to the Eagles, crazy, man. Then they got Nolan Smith, linebacker, edge, whatever you want to call him. His teammate from Georgia too. Another great pick. A lot of Eagles fans said they would have been fine if they selected Nolan Smith at 10. So the fact that they got him at 9 and then double backing, the fact that they got Jalen Carter at 9, then double back and got Nolan Smith at 30. Then they got Tyler Steen, all the tackle from Alabama that could potentially turn into something for them. Their tackles getting old. I mean, they still got what's bro name? What's bro name? Is he the Australian kid, bro? Jordan Mailata. They still got Jordan Mailata. Who can play good? I think Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson's a guard or tackle. I think he's a tackle if I can remember correctly. But nevertheless, Lane Johnson's getting older, so they need to bring in some young talent. And they did bring in that tackle. Lane Johnson's a tackle. Lane Johnson's 32, still can play some decent ball, but want to bring in some fresh legs. Jordan Mailata's 26, so they want guys more of that age range. Then the Eagles drafted Sidney Brown, DB out of Illinois. We got a DB from Illinois too, and Quan Martin. So they know each other pretty well. And then after that, they drafted another Bulldog and Keely Ringo at 105, which I think is a steal because a lot of people thought Keely Ringo was going to go at least second round, potentially even late first. People thought he was going to go late first, bro. They say he was going to go late first, potentially. And I know this draft board could be all out of whack. However, that's crazy. Then they drafted, with their last pick, Tanner McKee, quarterback out of Stanford. So, to be completely honest with you, and unbiased as possible, again, I hate the Eagles, man. I wish them nothing but trash every year because I want my team to be better, and they're my rivals. But you gotta be real. They had a really solid draft, bro. Had a really solid draft, man. And again, they added DeAndre Swift, which made it that much better, and a trade to where they didn't give up much of nothing. Much of anything. So the Giants are on the winner's side of the NFC East. Let's go to the Giants side. Let's go. The Eagles are on the winning side. Now let's go to the Giants side. Let's see what the Giants do. So the Giants. Let's see who they drafted. Let's go ahead and find the Giants. I know they drafted Deontay Banks with their first overall pick. I know they selected Jalen Hyatt, but let's get it all in order. Wow, shall we? So with the 24th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the New York Giants selected cornerback Deontay Banks. And Deontay Banks is a guy that I thought my Washington Commanders was going to be interested in at 16. But somehow he fell to 24. And he runs a 4.3 40. Has a lot of good talent. You know, physical guy. Not afraid to stick his nose in the run game. You know, pretty good guy. Then the Giants, they selected Jordan Michael Schmidt, center, out of Minnesota. So I guess they need a center. I mean, they lost Nick Gates. And I don't know who it was last year. Maybe it was Nick Gates. Could be wrong. But they needed a center, clearly. And they selected him in the second round. So pretty early. Then in round 3, they got this pick from the Raiders via Houston. And they drafted Jalen Hyatt. Okay, Jalen Hyatt is another good SEC wide receiver from Tennessee, man. And he's a guy that could potentially turn in the sun with them. Again, it's crazy how they went from having no weapons last year, bro. And make the playoffs and win a division game, or win a round 1 game, to now have weapons galore. The Giants is a team that did things good last year. And yes, I understand they took advantage of the easy schedule. But they did things good last year with really no weapons. Now they got Saquon Barkley back. They got Jalen Hyatt, who they just drafted. They got Darren Waller, who they got this offseason. They got their guy Curtis Hodges. Not Curtis Hodges, I'm burned. Daniel Bellinger. They got the Hodges guy, the receiver, that was killing it last year. They still got Sterling Shepard, I believe. They got Richie James, who was pretty solid. Like now, the Richie James, the Hodges, they can now fall into their actual roles. They're not gonna be playing as much or depending on as much because they got weapons now. The Giants upgraded like crazy this offseason, man. Then in round 5, Eric Gray, running back out of Oklahoma, so they got to run back to pair with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Trey Hawkins, DB out of Old Dominion, so they're trying to get a lot of DBs because they know the NFC East wide receivers hold for them, right? Then they drafted Jalen Riley, and Javarius Owens from Houston. So that's the New York Giants draft. And to be honest with you, I don't know if the Giants won, but they definitely didn't lose. I like their first 3 picks. And I know Giants fans more so would be more in tune with their draft than I would because again, they're fans and they play close to the team all day. So this draft may be great to some Giants fans. Some Giants fans may not like it. But for a person that's your rival, I'll give it like a C. It's not that bad. I like your first round pick. I understand your center pick might be a need because you need a center, obviously. But I like your first round pick and your third round pick. Other than that, I'm pretty sure those were needs for you guys. I don't know too much about them, so I'm not gonna comment negative or positive about those people. So I mean, Giants, it was cool. It was cool. Now let's move on to the next team. These kids, man. The Dallas Cowboys. Let's look at their draft. Cowboys draft. Let's look at their picks. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like the show. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And turn on post notifications. channel is free to subscribe. It's free to share out, and it's free to like. This is episode 23. You're tuned in to episode 23 of the Top of the Morning Show podcast. And right now, we're giving out NFC East winners and losers. We're on the third team of the division in the Dallas Cowboys. So please stay tuned, and I appreciate you for watching. So, the Dallas Cowboys, their draft picks at number 26 overall. The Dallas Cowboys select D tackle Mozzie Smith from Michigan. A lot of Cowboys fans were happy about this pick. Micah Parsons was ecstatic about this pick. He said he called it. Now, I have a hard time believing that. I have a hard time believing that Micah Parsons was that excited about this pick. Like, come on. I understand it's your team and all that, you know what I'm saying? And you want to be excited about what your team does. But I have a true hard feeling believing that he was that. Like, the way he reacted was the way you would think you would think they drafted like CJ Stroud or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get being happy for your team. But doing all that, bro, it was like, okay, all right, okay. But I was like, cool. I said, yes, the Cowboys drafted the tackle. Now, Mozzie Smith he may be good. But I was excited that they picked the D tackle because it ain't nobody that I fear. It ain't a person that I genuinely think is going to murder us or really do any harm to us. Yeah, D tackles can get off, but they aren't. If he ain't Aaron Donald, it ain't nothing to worry about. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a lot of good D tackles out here. We got 2 good D tackles, but he's a rookie, so I ain't really got too much to say about that pick. It's cool. I know Cowboys fans love it, but it's cool. And then in the second round, they got a tight end, Luke Schoonmaker, Michigan. You know, Dallas always finds a way to find one of these sneaky tight ends and make them good. That's one thing, and I hate saying anything positive about these guys, man. But that's one thing about Dallas. Y'all can, even as Commanders fans, we gotta admit they always find it a sneaky tight end. Jason Witten, and I don't know if Jason Witten was so sneaky, but Jason Witten. I forgot who was on there with Jason Witten. I forgot the backup name. But Dalton Schultz, Malik Jarwin, Peyton Hendershot, like now Luke Schoonmaker. And I guarantee you he's gonna be really good for the Dallas Cowboys because they always find a way to make these sneaky tight ends good. Like people that nobody's even looking for. You know what I'm saying? James Hanna. I don't know if that's who I was looking for though. Anyways, they drafted him. Next. Then they drafted linebacker DeMorvian Overshown from Texas. Man, I wanted him. That's going to hurt if he's like that. That's going to hurt if he's good. That's going to hurt because I wanted them. I wanted DeMorvian Overshown for my team. So if he turns out to be any good, that's gonna kill me because now we gotta face that 2 times a week. Then pick 129, they drafted Edge out of San Jose State. Villamy Fayoko. So another guy to try to get after the quarterback, a rotational guy behind Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Ain't too big of a deal. Then in 178, they had 2 compensatory picks too. That's crazy. Pick 178, they got cornerback Eric Scott out of New Mexico. And then 212 pick, they broke my heart by selecting running back Deuce Vaughn, who I like. I think Deuce Vaughn's gonna be really good in the NFL, and people are gonna treat him just like Jared Patterson. I don't think the Cowboys are though. I think the Cowboys may actually use Deuce Vaughn and actually give him some bump, but everybody else gonna look at Deuce Vaughn, and just because he's 5'7", 5'8", or whatever, they're gonna overlook him. But I guarantee you, and it's unfortunate he plays for the Cowboys now, because I was gonna root for Deuce Vaughn, in the NFL wherever he went. But now I can't. And now I won't. For my sake, when you play my Washington Commanders, I hope he's not good. But other than that, I hope Deuce Vaughn's amazing. I'm an amazing player. Whenever you're not playing anything that has to do with the Washington Commanders. Because I just don't like this size thing, man. If you could ball, and I understand size is a big difference maker in sports. I get it. But man, if you could ball, you could ball, bro. Especially at the running back position. Look at some of the best young smaller backs. Barry Sanders, Maurice Jones-Drew. Like it's small backs that thrive. Darren Sproles. These guys thrive, man. And I just feel like the Cowboys are gonna make him that. I wanted Deuce Vaughn to go somewhere. I knew we weren't gonna get him because we don't even use Jared Patterson right, and Jared Patterson is full of talent. Jared Patterson could play at this level, but we don't even use Jared Patterson, so I know we weren't even gonna be interested in Deuce Vaughn. But man, something about the Deuce Vaughn pick that was very, very, very special. His own dad was able to make the call to him. So I guess his dad was a scout for the Cowboys. So his dad was able to make the call to him that he got drafted by the Cowboys. And his dad was like, "Hey, buddy, it's Dad. How would you like to come work with me on Monday?" And then they broke down, and that was a very special moment. So shout out to Deuce Vaughn, man. I hope the Cowboys don't make him good, man, but I feel like they are. He's gonna be a small Darren Sproles kind of back, and he's probably gonna be like that, man, and that sucks because I would love to have a Deuce Vaughn on my team. I have a Deuce Vaughn on my team and Jared Patterson, and y'all know how much I vouch for him, but they don't want to play Jared Patterson. Don't get it at all. That's why I wish JP just go to a team. I wish some teams show interest in JP to where he could go ahead and ball, bro, and go somewhere that's going to actually let him play. Because Washington is not going to let him play because of his size, which is BS. But yeah, so the Cowboys, I'll say their draft was slightly better, I'll take the Giants draft. I don't know. Because they got Overshown, who I wanted. They got Deuce Vaughn, who was a guy that I like. But I like Deonte Banks more than Mozzie Smith, and the first round pick is all that matters to me more. So I'll probably take the Giants draft over the Cowboys, but I don't know if I would say they're winners. I don't want to say they're losers either, because I don't know. But just because the Cowboys, they lost the draft. Let me put it that way. Just because they're the Cowboys, they lost the draft. Yes, I'm being petty. No, I'm trolling. I ain't know that. And then with the final pick, or the final team in this division, The Washington Commanders, they won the draft. Best draft ever. The Washington Commanders is the best team that ever existing at drafting. They won the draft by far, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. A+ draft by the Washington Commanders. I mean, absolutely getting a stud at 16, Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. This guy will be the best cornerback in the NFL for the next decade plus. I'm talking 10 All-Pros. I'm talking 10 plus Pro Bowls. I'm talking 3 Super Bowl rings. I'm talking 5-time Defensive Player of the Year. I'm talking leading the league in interceptions, 7+ a year, leading the league in pass breakups, leading the league in everything. Nah, I'm trolling. I'm kidding. But I wish that was. I wish that to happen. But Washington Commanders, their draft class. You know, I'm a fan of this team. I love my team, so I already said a million things about this draft class. But the people out there that's listening, that you may not keep up with the Commanders draft, in round 1, pick 16, the Washington Commanders selected cornerback Emmanuel Forbes. Don't hate the pick. Don't dislike the pick. Don't hate the player, I should say. I don't hate Emmanuel Forbes. I don't dislike Emmanuel Forbes. I think he's going to be really good for us. Would love to have Emmanuel Forbes regardless. I, again, just would have preferred to have Christian Gonzalez at 16, especially the fact that he fell to us. But again, I ain't going to beat that dead horse. Emmanuel Forbes is now here. I'm a fan of Emmanuel Forbes now because he's on my favorite team. And I want him to succeed because he's wearing a burgundy and gold. Just know if this thing doesn't work out, all Commanders fans going to be like, we should have took Christian Gonzalez. I'm just saying. So this thing better work out because this could be a Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson thing all over again. So he better work out. Then in round 2, the Washington Commanders doubled up on DB, selecting Jartavius Quan Martin out of Illinois. And he's a guy that's 5'11", 194. And he was in the third team All Big Ten selection who added size, versatility, and range to the Commanders secondary. A veteran of 50 games, Martin has 225 tackles, a sack, and 7 interceptions over the course of his 5-year career in Champaign. Now, he's going to instantly come in and compete for the starting spot. I said spot. The starting spot. What is the spot? The spot position? The spot. I said spot. The slot position. He's going to come in and instantly compete for the slot position. Probably is going to end up starting it. But he's a guy that can provide depth anyway. He can be that Buffalo nickel. Even though he's on the sides, he can be Buffalo nickel. He can be a guy that's rangy all over the field. So we'll see. Versatility is a thing that Ron Rivera preaches. Then with the 3rd overall pick, the Washington Commanders select center Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas. Stromberg, is probably going to come in here and replace Chase Roulier. I see Chase Roulier being replaced, and again, it's very unfortunate for Chase Roulier because Chase Roulier was really good, man. He's just always hurt, and they can't rely on him. That's one position that you have to be able to rely on at center because if your star center goes down, the whole entire offensive line is not straight. And for the past 2 years, it's been like that. With Chase Roulier going down with back-to-back season-ending injuries for the 2nd straight year, to his backup Tyler Lawson also going down with 2 straight injuries, 2 straight season-ending injuries back-to-back. So we lose our starter and our backup. So I like this pick. I feel bad for Chase Roulier, man, because again, we just paid him like not too long ago, and he's a quality starter, bro. He's good. He is good. He just cannot stay healthy, and that sucks. And then with our next pick, the Washington Commanders, they decided to select Brendan Daniels, guard out of Utah. I like this pick. I had him mocked to us. He's a guy that's a versatile guard, and he's going to take time to develop, so I don't expect him to come in and start no time soon, but he's a guy that could potentially come in and do something special. You know, he could be our new Sadiq Charles. You know, Sadiq Charles is the guy that I had high hopes for, but he did not pan out at all. Did not pan out. I mean, he's still on the roster and he could potentially turn into something this year, but he didn't pan out at all. He's never healthy, and he's just not that good. Daniels is 6'4", 294, accedes to a primary role in the trenches with Utah, with the Utes in 2019. He's an active athletic offensive lineman, offering room for development at guard or tackle. Daniels is an impactful down blocker with the quickness to handle zone block duties. Wrote by NFL.com Lance Zerr. So, like this pick, he's a developmental pick. So he could potentially take over the duties at guard in 2 years. Who knows? Because right now we got Sam Cosme penciled in as the star right guard. At least that's what I assume. Then left guard is the position of battle. Is it gonna be Chris Paul? Is it gonna be Nick Gates? Is it gonna be the guy from the Steelers? Is it gonna be Andrew Norwell, who's still here? Like, we got a plethora of left guards, and then now you can throw Brendan Daniels in that mix. So at worst, he's gonna provide some depth, which is much needed in the trenches. So I like the pick. Then the Washington Commanders, they selected KJ Henry, edge out of Clemson. This is a pick that surprised me a little bit when I saw it, because they said he was a linebacker. Like, I think they said he was a linebacker on the TV. So I thought they meant, like, I didn't show any highlights, so I thought they meant like a stand-up backer, which kind of surprised me because I didn't expect Washington to do that. But it wasn't. It was an edge, because I was like, I wanted a linebacker or an edge rusher, but I just didn't expect Washington to address the linebacker position, because they feel like their linebacker position is fine. But getting the edge is not a surprise at all, because he is going to provide serious depth for us, and he could potentially be something. Not the fastest, but he can get out to the quarterback. 122 tackles, 13.5 sacks, and 28 tackles for a loss over his 5 years at Clemson. And he's a 5-year guy, bro. So he got a ton of experience. You know, Ron Rivera loves the experience. So 5 years there, pretty good. Pretty good experience. And he was playing alongside Myles Murphy, who ended up being a first-round pick. So that's pretty good. I don't mind that pick at all. When Chase Young, Montez Sweat need a blow, he can come in and potentially do something. So I don't mind that at all. Then after that, the next pick you got Chris Rodriguez Jr., a guy that I'm excited about, because I think he can come in and be something good for us, man. 6'2", 207 back. Is he 6'2", 217 or 6'2", 207? I think he's 6'2", 207. Really good guy. He's a versatile guy. He's a Brian Robinson kind of back, but he can also be a pass catch. That's why they said they think he They think he can be Eric Bieniemy's Isaiah Pacheco. So that's potentially there. He could potentially be Antonio Gibson's replacement after this season. And the reason why I'm saying replacement is because I don't think they're going to re-sign Antonio Gibson. Do I think he's better than Antonio Gibson? Well, one, he hasn't played in the NFL yet, so I can't make that comparison. But two, no. I love Antonio Gibson. I think Antonio Gibson has been, I wouldn't say wronged here, but he hasn't been used the right way. Again, we drafted EG to be the weapon. We haven't used him as the weapon. He was thrusted into this bell cow running back role, which he thrived in at times, but he was supposed to be the weapon. He was never supposed to be like our what he was never supposed to be what Brian Robinson is about to be for this team. Simply put. So I don't mind this pick. I think he may be really good. He's a thumper. He's a guy that can pass catch. He's nice in size, right? So this may ultimately be Antonio Gibson's replacement, AG's replacement next year. But as far as this year goes, I think AG is really gonna be that new JD McKissick. And that's so good for him. And even if we don't resign AG, at least and this is the year he go off and we don't resign him, at least he know he gonna get picked up by somebody. Because if he go off this year and watch and let him hit free agency because they don't want to repay him, somebody gonna pick him up. Based off of what he did under Herb Gennemy, man, it's gonna be special with Antonio Gibson. As long as he can stay healthy. Love me some AG, man. And I would resign Antonio Gibson, but I know they ain't gonna do that. But with our next pick, we took Andre Jones Jr., a defensive end from Louisiana. I think he played 6 years at Louisiana. So another veteran kind of guy. And that's the end for the Washington Commanders draft. I think we did pretty good. I think we drafted guys solely based off potential and upside. We drafted enough good guys, but not like really nobody that's great. But hopefully Manuel Forbes can be that. But yeah, man, I think the Washington Commanders, I think the whole NFC East drafted pretty well. I think I put the Eagles in the winner category, and I leave the rest of us in the middle because we didn't do bad. Like none of us did bad, but it was just like the Eagles were willing and dealing, man. And I know y'all probably like, oh my God, you're hyping the Eagles up. No, bro, you got to be real. Like if anybody else's team, Cowboys, Washington Giants, did that in this division, bro, y'all would be literally saying y'all team had the best draft. So I'm being fair, bro. Eagles, they had a really good draft. But Washington, I'm not going to say we had a winner. We had a pretty solid draft. It's okay. So did the Giants. Giants probably, if I could rank it, I'd probably go Eagles, Giants, Washington, Cowboys in that order of best drafts. I think our draft is going to ultimately be better than the Giants, like future-wise. But if you're looking for like immediate impact, I don't know. That's tough. I'll say the Giants are over us by a little bit. But if y'all want to put, I don't know. Now I think about it, because the two DBs that we drafted, they could potentially be something special. But again, it's all potential based. So, but again, that's real. So if y'all disagree with that, it's all good. Let me know what you think. But let's now transition into the final segment of the day, as we're about to get to the shout out segment. There are a few comments in the comment section. If you want to get your name shouted out live on air, don't hesitate. But there is a few comments that I want to address. So let's go ahead and switch over to, what do I call this thing? Viewer shout out or something like that? I don't know what I call it. But let's go ahead and get over to the comment section. If you're live on air, you can comment. If you're on the playback, you can comment and I'll like it. And if you're listening to the Top of the Morning Show on the podcast and platforms, leave me a 5-star rating and you can leave a comment down there too. Let's go ahead and get over to the comment section. Yeah, I like this. Had to switch it up. All right. Yeah. So, waiting for that beat drop. I forgot which one of these songs I was playing the other day. John was cranking. All right. Let's get over to the comment section. Kevin the PRF. Yeah. So a little slow beat. Okay. Kevin the PRF, appreciate you for listening to Top of the Morning, making this your first listen in the morning. He says, good morning. Good morning, Kevin the PRF. Appreciate you for stopping through. Thank you so much. PS5 Gamer. What's up, man? Says PS5 Gamer. What's up, PS5 Gamer? How you doing, man? I appreciate you for stopping through, listening to TOTM, making it your first listen of the morning. Radio station 103.9. Top of the Morning show is taking over. I could do that, though. I could talk like that. I could talk like that for on a radio station. All right. The Dub family. What's going on, Dubs? Says, stopping in and say, what's up, Juan? What's up, man? What's up, Dubs? Appreciate you for rocking with me. I know it's early over there, so I appreciate you for being up, listening to me. Top of the Morning podcast, live show, live morning show. I should get the Top of the Morning background sheet, huh? You know, that'd be cool. Kevin the PRF again. He says, it's funny how players are projected high early in the draft process, then they drop because of aspects of their game suck. Then someone takes them late and suddenly they're still. Yeah, I mean, you know, some of these draft analysts, one, don't know what they're talking about. Some of them do. And some of it could be entertainment aspects. And, you know, just wanting stuff to be clicks. You know, what would you rather click on, right? Just regular old, let's say, Keely Ringo's draft prospect, like his draft grades. Would you rather click on that, or would you rather click on Keely Ringo may fall out of the first round or second round because of this, you know? And maybe it's all clickbait, you know, to get to read their article. That's probably what it is. So, yeah. I think it may just all be for clicks, man. Because no one truly knows who's a steal and who's going to be good at the end of the day, because we haven't seen nobody play. So at the end of the day, it's just projection and opinion. Kevin the PRF, he says, the Eagles have done it now 2 years in a row. Yep. DJ is saying switch it up. Okay. DJ switching it up now, y'all. Mid-session. Okay. Yeah. All right. Eagles have done it 2 years in a row. A.J. Brown with the trade. Then they drafted Jordan Davis last year. Kobe Dean. Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling this one. I'm feeling this one a lot more than the last one. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, shout out to Kevin PRF. Jumping back into it. Donnell Jenkins. Okay. I'm liking this. Donnell Jenkins, I appreciate you for coming through, listening at the top of the morning. Donnell Jenkins says, our one weakness on defense last year was stopping the run. Mozzie Smith helps that. Remember, we are one of the few teams that don't have many weaknesses. Yep, and that's why I was happy about the pick for y'all, because I ain't got to worry about Mozzie Smith being an Aaron Donald kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's going to help y'all stop in the run game, but hey, at least he ain't going to be harassing my interior offensive line as far as getting to my quarterback. Because we drafted some offensive linemen that could be impactful in the run game. We changed our run scheme, okay? We was finesse. It was finesse, right? We was finesse all last year and all under scout turn. Now we're powerful. Now we're physical. Now we're getting up in your chest. Now we're gonna come there straight on head, full steam in the head, running like our heads on fire, coming right at you. So it ain't gonna be too many zone reads, running away from the D tackle. We're running at you. So Mozzie Smith, we're running at you. Ricky Stromberg coming right at you, Mozzie. So be prepared. That's all I'm gonna say. Super Chef. Appreciate you. Hey, Super Chef, are you an actual chef? I think I asked you that before. Super Chef, you an actual chef, man? Still in here? Let me know. You an actual chef, man? What you got? What you got for a fella, man? What kind of plates you got, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Appreciate you, Super Chef. He says, top of the morning, my guy. Top of the morning to you, Super Chef. Appreciate you. He says, great content as usual. I think I already read the one from earlier. My bad. He says, great content as usual. Thank you, Super Chef. I really do appreciate that, my guy. DS Needy, 123. Or D Sneedy, my bad. D Sneedy, it may be my fault, not DS Needy. D Sneedy, 123. Appreciate you for listening to the top of the morning this morning. He says, yo, Juan, I do know rookie DBs tend to struggle. Should we expect some problems early in the season while our young secondary is still developing? Great question, D Sneedy. Yes, for sure. For sure. Definitely. That's why this fan base is gonna have to be patient. Even if we selected, you know how I wanted Christian Gonzalez. Even if we selected Christian Gonzalez, yes, definitely. I was gonna say the same thing. So yeah, for sure. You're gonna need to be patient with this guy. This guy's he's gonna make mistakes. He's not gonna be perfect. He's not. These guys aren't gonna be perfect. It's part of the game. It's a part of learning. So yes, expect Emmanuel Forbes, Jatavius Quan Martin. Expect these young fellas to make mistakes. It happens. He's not gonna be perfect. So all I ask is for the fan base to be patient, because you guys know how our fan base gets with players, bro. After one game, if he get fried one game, Emmanuel Forbes trash, bust. Oh my God, shouldn't have drafted him. But y'all were just the same people 3 months prior saying it was a great pick. But you're giving up on him after one game? Come on now. So yes, you should expect him to play. Oh, you should expect some struggle. All right, DJ saying change. All right, I could actually add my own music if I wanted to, but I ain't even do that today. So we're using the default sounds. But I might add my own music next time now that I see it. All right. Jumping back in. Brian Butler. Appreciate you, Brian Butler, for listening to Top of the Morning this morning. Brian Butler says Gibson is the new McKissick. Rodriguez is the new Peyton Barber. You could look at it like that. I say a new Peyton Barber, but I don't know though, because Peyton Barber was really the short yardage back. 3rd and 1, pick it up. 3rd and goal from the 2. That was Peyton Barber's role. We got Brian Robinson for that. I mean, unless Brian Robinson just seriously needs a break, we got Brian Robinson for that. So I don't know if he'll be the new Peyton Barber. I feel like they said he's the new Isaiah Pacheco or Eric Bieniemy's Isaiah Pacheco. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. I don't know. Could be, but we'll see. We'll see his role. Kevin the PRF says Dallas has a weakness. It's the 49ers. Yeah, they struggle with the 49ers, man. 2022 wild card round, then last year divisional round, and I'm pretty sure they had some battles in the 90s too, huh? That's true. 49ers are the Cowboys' weakness, and also Dak Prescott is their weakness too, ladies and gentlemen. As people are now calling them Regress Scott. So Dak Prescott is their weakness too, ladies and gentlemen. They already got rid of one of their former stars in Ezekiel Elliott. Dak Prescott next. I'm playing. I'm not planning about him regressing though. He was trash last year, but at least with the turnovers. You already know how this. You already know how every season starts. Dak Prescott's gonna start out hot. He's gonna be really good September, October. Then he's gonna fall off late, and he's gonna be the reason why the Cowboys are in a slump. Happens every year. Can't say it doesn't. Brian or Kevin of PIF or DS Needy. Sorry. Hey man, good morning from Spokane, Washington. Go Commanders. Okay, DS. Or I don't know why I want to keep calling you DS Needy. I know it's D Sneedy. Hey, I appreciate you for listening here from Washington State. Washington State. Appreciate you. How's it up there in Washington State? Now, I imagine it's raining. How far are you from Seattle? Let me know that. I'm interested, D Sneedy. How far are you from Seattle, and what is the Seattle life like? What or not the Seattle? Well, I guess you should be near Seattle. I'm pretty sure you've been. How is downtown Seattle? Is it a really nice city feel? What is Washington State like? Again, I imagine it's raining out there. They got the highest minimum wage in America, so I'm interested. I never thought about Seattle, Washington, like actually living there. Like, I know the Seahawks, but like I never thought real people lived in Seattle. Like obviously real people live there, but like that doesn't pop up in my head as like a destination. I would love to travel there though. I want to go to a Seahawks game and be a part of that experience. But like other than that, what is Seattle like besides the Seahawks? You know what I'm saying? The only YouTuber to get my name right says D Sneedy. Hey man, I appreciate that. That's special. See, reading's fundamental, man. Take your time, you should get it right. So, hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, D Sneedy. My guy coming straight from Spokane, Washington. I'm gonna take a guess and say that's north of Seattle. Kevin of PRF says, as far as the Commanders draft, we had no business beating the Eagles last year, but it was about the only game we won in turnovers. So the first two picks make sense. That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point. We struggled with turnovers last year, and Ron Rivera emphasized that. He said we struggled with turnovers, and we needed more playmakers on the ball. So, to make plays on the ball. So, yeah. Super Chef, appreciate you for the comment. He says, I'm the executive chef at Zia Marie in VA Beach. 85% of our menu is from scratch, an Italian restaurant. Okay. Executive chef. That sounds like something special. What are you borderline becoming the head chef? Executive chef. I think executive chef is higher than the head chef. Executive chef. Okay. Hey, I said, what are you next up to be the head chef? I just looked up executive chef. Executive chef is head chef. That's crazy. Okay, super chef. Hey, super chef, man. You know what I'm saying? I may need to stop past VA Beach. That's pretty far from me, but okay. Shout out to my guy Super Chef throwing it down, man. In the kitchen. Yeah, right. Shout out to Super Chef. DS Needy says, other side of the state. I go to Gonzaga. If you follow college basketball at all, we are about 4 hours away. It's hot right now. Campus was on lockdown because of shooting twice this week. Wow, man. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope everything is safe over there. I hope you're good. I hope everybody around you okay. Dang. You got my prayers, bro. You got my prayers. Stay safe. I know the semester's almost over, so you should be good. Are you from? Well, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say because you're a Commanders fan, so I was assuming maybe you just was there for school, but I don't know. Other side of the state though. Okay, yeah, I know about Gonzaga basketball. Yeah, Drew Timmy, all those guys. I wonder if do you see those fellas on campus at all? But yeah, man, going to Gonzaga, that's great. That's great. What are you studying? But most importantly, I'm glad you're safe. All good, man. Just a homeless dude robbing people. Wow. Man. That's one thing about college campuses, bro. A lot of college campuses are just too open. You know what I mean? Like anybody could go to any college campus and just walk right on. Like I can go to Morgan State and just walk right on. I can go to Howard, walk right on Howard. I can go to American University, walk right on American University. I could walk right onto Maryland Eastern Shore, like University of Maryland, and just like that's one thing that is true. He says I grew up in Annapolis. Okay, cool. That's what's up. So you are from Maryland. That's what's up. Yeah, man, these college campuses are too open. Like it don't take nothing to get on these Jones. So a homeless man robbing people. Hopefully everybody's okay, man. You got my prayers. Says, yeah, I know Drew personally. Dude's wild. Nobody parties like him. I study computer science. Drew Timmy looks like a partier, bro. He looks like a guy that parties hard. But I appreciate you sharing that with me. Hopefully you're good again, and hopefully everything stays safe. Brian Butler says, so Juan, who do you see starting in the secondary besides Martin and Nickel? Who you got on the outside and at safety? Could Curl be on his way out? No. We're re-signing Cameron Curl. If we don't re-sign Cameron Curl, I might rage. I might actually explode if we don't re-sign Cameron Curl. I think we better re-sign Cameron Curl, bro. So, Brian, I got starting secondary. I think it's gonna be Cam S. Strong, Derek Force at free, potentially Martin could switch at times, but if we're gonna go base defense, all right, base secondary. So free safety, strong safety, and 3 corners. All right. Cam at strong, Derek Force at 3, at free. Benjamin St. Juice outside corner. Kendall Fuller outside corner. Or Emmanuel Forbes outside corner. And Jartavius Quan Martin / Kendall Fuller in the slot. That's gonna be interesting, bro. I know Kendall Fuller takes a hit with the drafting of these 2 DBs, but you still gonna play Kendall this year. And part of me is still like, hey, Kendall's the starter and somebody take it from him kind of deal. But it could be a rotational thing, at least for year 1 of Emmanuel Forbes. But I'm gonna say they start him. You don't draft him at 16 and sit him. So I'm gonna say Forbes starts immediately. Fats 357. Appreciate you for coming through. You're actually the last comment, my brother, because I'm on my way out now. He says, just got here. What's up, brother? What's up, Fats 357? Appreciate you for listening to Top of the Morning Show. Thank you for showing some support. So yeah, man, there you have it. That is the end of episode 23 of the Top of the Morning Show podcast. I'm your host, Juan Gotti, and I'm on my way out. Enjoy the rest of your morning. Make sure you guys like the show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It's totally free to subscribe. You don't have to pay a dime. It is free to subscribe to the channel. Share out the Top of the Morning Show. And if you're on the podcast platforms, give the show a 5-star rating. If you have any video ideas or any top of the morning topics for the next show, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section of this video or hit me up on my email at juangottibusiness@gmail.com. All of the goodies and information is down below. So see you guys next time, Friday morning, for episode 24. Have a safe one. Peace.